and today I bring you my February wrap-up. The first book I read is called The Fifth Way by Rick Yancey. This is a dystopian YA novel and it's about an alien invasion, but it's not your typical invasion where you have the humans and the aliens. You know, the battle is very clear, you know who's your enemy. That's the whole point of this book. I would also call it kind of like a psychological novel because that's basically the weapon of choice of these invaders. You know, they play with people's minds, trust other humans, don't trust humans. It's impossible to trust, so that is like their weapon of choice for me. You have a lot of different perspectives, which is also very refreshing. Because if you get tired of a character, then don't worry, because then you're going to see what's going on from another character's perspective. So I really like that. It kept things fresh. I didn't feel I was bored by it. The second book I read is called Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. I was really excited to get my hands on this. It came out in January. It was near impossible for me to get it, but thankfully someone traveled and got it for me, so I'm very happy to have this book. It is a beautiful book. It has this beautiful decor inside. It's beautiful. Look at that tree. Beautiful. What really interested me about this book was that it was about time travel, and I just love anything that has to do with time travel. The main character is called Etta. She's a violin prodigy, and on the night of her debut, she gets kidnapped by time travelers. Now, the great thing about this world is that you have time travel, but it's not your typical time travel where, okay, you choose where and when to go. What you have in this world are passages that take you to a specific place in a specific time. So for example, if you want to go, I don't know, to Japan in the 13th century, maybe you have to travel all the way to Venice and find the passage that leads you there. It's complicated, but at the same time, it's a very fresh idea on time traveling. Etta finds out that her family is linked to these time travelers, and she is taken to 18th century colonial America, where she meets Nicholas, who is a pirate of sorts. He's a legal pirate. The thing is that she is tasked to find like an item, an artifact that would make time travel easier. She teams up with Nicholas. They go out to find this artifact. It's great. They time travel to a lot of cool places. You know, you learn a lot about history. I even used a lot of post-its to like mark different historic facts that I found really interesting. If you love history, you're gonna love this book. The third book I read is called Quidditch Through Time by Kenilworthy Wisp, which is, you know, cool. This book was lent to me by a friend and I found it very eye-opening. There was a lot of things I didn't know about Quidditch and a lot of things that kind of ruined Quidditch for me. For example, the snitch. Learning about the origins of the snitch kind of made me hate it. That's all I'm going to say. But in the terms of, you know, Harry Potter world history, it was a very enjoyable book. The fourth book I read has quickly become one of my favorites, and it's called Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo. Basically, you have these 6 criminals that have to, you know, simply break into the most secure place in the world to retrieve something. Which I'm not going to say what it is because, you know, it's part of the plot. I love that this book has black pages. It is so freaking cool, man. Each chapter is a character's perspective, which I really like. I'm really liking these chapters based on different people's perspectives because it just gives you something fresh. You know, you have the same situation, but you get different emotions, you see different things. I cannot wait for the sequel, The Crooked Kingdom. The cover was recently released and it is beautiful. It's beautiful. I am loving these books. I'm loving them. The fifth book I read is called Sing You Home by Jodi Picoult. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. You have this woman called Zoe who is a music therapist, and well, together with her husband, they've tried to have children, but unfortunately for them, this is not easy. She has a lot of miscarriages, and well, they get divorced. This is not really a spoiler. It happens like in the first 50 pages, but that leads to events that I can't really tell you about because it would completely spoil you everything. I will say this, I was very close to leaving it. I didn't like half the book I kind of like skimmed over until I reached almost the end, or the good stuff started. I'm not sure if I would recommend this book. If you like controversies, like a lot of controversies, then you might want to give this book a shot. That's not why I didn't like it. I just like, alright, where is this going? Like, get on with the plot. And that does happen, but mostly at the end. The end I loved. I couldn't stop reading, but you have to get there. Then I finally picked up Cinder by Marissa Mayer. This is a retelling of Cinderella. The main character, Cinder, is a cyborg, and in the society she's living in, she's got like 0 rights, which sucks. Certain events lead her to meet Prince Kai, and well, he doesn't know she's a cyborg, and she's definitely not going to tell him. You got a lot of things happening at the same time. There's this plague that's going around, and when you get it, it's just a death sentence. And at the same time, you have this problem with the Lunars, which are people that went up to live in the moon, like as a colony, and then they kind of transformed. Am I remembering this right, or am I making stuff up? The point is, you have the Lunars, and they are not very, friendly with Earth, or at least their queen is not very friendly. They have this kind of magic, like illusion thingy that can control people, which makes things a bit tense between both governors. So you have all these going on. Everything is going to eventually crash together in this epic plot that I wasn't expecting. I really enjoyed it. The last book I read is called Cruel Crown by Victoria Aveyard. This book is comprised of 2 stories. One is Queen Corianne's kind of like origin story, how she became queen. I really enjoyed it. It was very good, it was very touching, it was very sad, it was, just feels everywhere. And then you have the second story, which is about Captain Farley of the Scarlet Guard. I was very surprised because in Red Queen you get a certain sense of who she is, but I felt like this book kind of destroyed that and gave you a new side of her. Now you kind of see her in a new light, which I liked. I cannot wait to pick up Glass Sword, which I still haven't bought, but soon. Well, that was my February wrap-up. Please leave a comment down below which was your favorite book of February. Mine was 6 of Crows. Like and subscribe if you liked the video, and I'll see you soon with a new video. Bye!